welcome to another episode of a cool trick in macOS numbers. Actually, it's two tricks. And let me quickly explain. I have a table. This table is not so long, about 70 rows with different kind of data, and I want to basically get some statistics about the first three columns or dimensions, and they should be populated here. I want to have the value for each of the dimensions. I want to have the minimum, maximum, average and median values. And while for small tables it's actually not such a big thing, it just loop through all the values with Apple script, but as the longer the source table gets, the larger the problem is. And now let me show the two tricks I have. So this is the long table, 26,000 of rows, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dimensions, and I need to get the unique values of each of the 5 dimensions. So the first trick, and I have prepared that already, is enable categories. I have enabled categories here for the first 5 columns. Name, column A, B, C, D and E. As you can see, we have now kind of, they call it categories. I think in Excel you do that with pivot tables. The second value is this RSITH. We can open that. And you can see it's the same values here, 3 down to -1, and here also -3 down to -1. And if we then go further down, we have the next level, -3 also to -1, it's the same down here. So basically together, to put together manually all the unique values which you can see in those categories is actually not a totally easy thing. You could think, well, I can just select those categories and paste. Let's see what happens. He actually copies the whole thing. I could unhide the rows and then you see all the values between. So that's not really working. Even when I take the second column, which is actually the column of the name, and paste the same thing happens. He copies all the rows, and that's also not something what I want. I really want just the unique values. I disable the categories now, and I will show you the pretty cool trick with which you can achieve that. So you basically sort all columns, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5, and look what happens now in column 1. The first values here are unique. April flat until May stable. April flat until, well, in that case we may not have May stable, but it's repeating. If we now sort the first column again, we will have the same result on the second column. So 58 down to 70, 58 down to 70, 58 down to 70. So basically I can copy 58 down to 70, put it here. I now sort the second column. I now have in the third column, in the first few rows, the unique values. -3 down to -1.4, -3 down to -1.4. So I copy the first until the -1.4, until the first value arrives I had at the top, put that here. I then sort the cell column, and now we have the same thing here in low, -3.6 down to -1.4, and it repeats like that. So I basically copy those first values, and then I do the same for low, and we have the unique values for the high dimension on top, 1.8 down to 3.6, 1.8 down to 3.6. So I copy those values, and there you go. Like within 2 minutes you have all unique values for the table you're looking for to analyze. Happy coding!